And sometimes it's hard to really put into perspective that these are under 19 men. So these guys are 17 or 18 years old, and they're rowing like very experienced athletes. Coming through, it's a tight fight there between Washtenaw and Argos for second place.
Still really well done to have that much of a lead for Argentina as they cross the 1,000 meter mark. That is only, of course, halfway through this race. Well done to them so far. Of course, they are in command. It is, as we were saying, an outdoor sport. Conditions are challenging, so anything could happen. And of course, these are still under 19, so not quite as inexperienced as the U17 women we had earlier. Not quite as drilled as the senior men we had to start off today's finals.
The crew from Washtenaw, their coach Kit Bennett comes from the United Kingdom. He's coached the U.S. junior national team in the past. And lane four, that Argonauts crew, Sam was the 2017 Argos Oarsman of the Year. And with his pair partner Basil, they won Crew of the Year.
Good for them. So we'll see if they can try and reel in the lead that Argentina has built through the first well over half of this race. But it seems like Argentina really striding away, trying to really improve, not being satisfied with the gap and the lead that they've got. They're really pushing hard. You can see a little bit of shoulder movement around the finish from those two athletes, but largely horizontal rowing, staying kind of connected to the water.
Brent, quick question. Why would they choose to rig their pair with a starboard stroke? I noticed their stroke person is rowing on starboard and their bow person's rowing on port. Does that have any difference in where you put your athletes, or why might they have chosen to do that?
So in the pair in particular, it can be a challenging dynamic. It could be that the stroke seat is more experienced, more perhaps reliable. What you really want to find out of your stroke seat in a pair is someone that it's kind of like a metronome. They're going to be the exact same stroke after stroke after stroke. So he might just have a little more reliability from stroke to stroke in his technique. So he can just kind of go out there in the stroke seat, do what he's got to do, and then it's up to the guy in bow who may, of course, I don't know their athletes, but this is how I'd be boating my pairs. The bow seat might be a little more inexperienced, and they have to just follow the stroke seat. They don't have to necessarily think as much. They can just get into that rhythm, trust that the stroke seat's going to set a strong, aggressive, consistent rhythm, and bow seat can just follow along.
These guys are approaching the red buoys. They know that's 250 meters left in the race. They are racing for the Now Jim Award. Jamie Wilson was a St. Catharines athlete. The name of this trophy comes from the humorous way he was invariably greeted by his friends. Instead of saying hello or hi, he was greeted with a loud and boisterous Now Jim. It never failed to put a smile on people's faces. The name of the trophy epitomizes Jamie's spirit and the positive influence he had on the people around him. This trophy was created by Perry Wakulich, who competed against Jamie in cross-country, running, track, and wrestling, and they also rode together at Lakeport Secondary School.
You know, Lakeport Secondary School no longer open, but a long-standing high school here in St. Catharines. It seems to me, certainly with my father's generation, the generation of Perry Wakulich, Jamie Wilson, it seemed like almost everyone out of St. Catharines in that generation went to, certainly if they're involved with rowing, they went to Lakeport.
Great shot there of the Argentinian crew racing in what's probably a rented Hudson pair there. Those guys looking very clean, and they're gunning it though. They don't want to. And there they are across the line with a good celebration. Nice high five to win the under 19 men's pair.
Yeah, of course, Hudson, one of our sponsors here at the Royal Canadian Henley. That does look to be some carbon fiber riggers on that pair. So some really nice equipment being rented out from Hudson to the Argentinian crews. Hudson does have their Shark Zone available down here at the Henley Island. So they have a number of their reps here able to help out with equipment questions, whether that's for repairs, refurbishments, of course, sales. They're always friendly, happy to answer questions, happy to help people out. They're just, I mean, good people, and yeah, it's a good place to be.
Congratulations again to Argentina winning the under 19 men's pair in an unofficial time of 7:22.31.